But it is true that you can walk across the bridge and you can buy drugs very easily here. It's if the police see you doing that, they'll arrest you, but people know how to do that without being seen. There are hotels on the main street of Juarez that make drug deals out on the sidewalk, and you can watch them.
So we spent some time in El Paso, Texas this spring. There's a whole video on that trip that you should watch. And during that trip, I took a day detour and went into Mexico. Walked over to Ciudad Juarez, a very dangerous place filled with cartels and murders and such. When you're on the Texas side, right up against the border, it's hard to tell which country you're in. Doesn't feel like America on this side. Hey, Bob. And that's where I met up with Bob. This is mi amigo Bob Pena. He crosses over the bridge just about every day. Bob told me, Nick, you need to come with me into Mexico when you're in El Paso. There's some things over there I want to show you. So I did. Down there's Rio Grande. Look at all the barbed wire on the fence. That's the U.S. side. That's Mexico. Alright. We're crossing over right here. In line. Head in. That's it? Why even charge anything? We made it into dangerous, sketchy, unpredictable Mexico land. But I'll be okay. I'm tough and strong and macho. Mexico's not a great place right now. Kinda. But it's cheap. And so many Americans cross over here to get cheap medical things and cheap food and shopping. Most people, they're happy here. And they're safe. They say you can live on $637 a month here, plus rent, which is $1,100. You can get a decent house over here for $100,000. You can get a mansion for $500K. The average Mexican makes $16,000 a year in US dollars. That's way less than what you make. All right, Ciudad Juarez. All right, we're down here in Mexico right now, and Bob and I are going to get an Uber, a Moober. And we're gonna go and check out an area where they're doing some staging for the potential people getting deported over here. It's relatively safe here, but don't go too far that way. Then it gets dangerous. La Michoacana. We're getting in our Uber. All right.
Yeah,
so what are we doing here, Bob?
Well, this is the old riverbed on the right, which is now football fields, soccer fields, basketball fields. Kids ride their bikes. And then on the left is the Chamizal Park. This is what used to be in the United States side. When it came back to Mexico, Mexico turned it all into a giant park.
Yeah.
Puedes darle la vuelta aquí. Ajá. Pues acércate nomás para dar la vuelta. Do you want to get out and look at, just take a picture of this?
Yeah.
Sí, nomás darle una vuelta.
Oh, so what is this we're seeing, Bob?
Okay, this is what was put up within 5 days after President Trump came into office to prepare for all the migrants that are going to be returned. They're expecting many, but probably not.
So this is all staging for the deportations that are coming across.
They expect, million of them to come across here in Juarez, but just never going to happen.
Why?
Well,
where are they?
They come across in drips and drops, and it's nothing to. Ordinarily, they return as many as 400 or 500 in a single day, and it's just a normal thing. They go in and they go back to Guadalajara, to Mexico City, to their ranches, to their farms where their family lives. They don't stay here.
So are we not seeing as many coming back over as they thought?
No, none at all.
Because why? Why?
Well, because they just haven't caught them all.
They haven't caught them all yet.
You know, they're very good at hiding. Entonces ya si nos puede regresar allí a la calle Lerdo en la calle Lerdo y Malecón. This is where the Pope was when he came. 500,000 people crowded into that area.
So that area has been set up for about a month, 2 months now, and there's hardly anybody in it.
It was actually set up about January
21st.
They started setting it up when Trump came in and did his thing.
Yeah.
Within a week, they set up that. They're never going to be used. And so many toilets. One of the immigration guys made a joke to me. He said, yeah, they figure all the migrants have been in the United States so long, when they come back to Juarez, they're going to get Montezuma's revenge.
They're going to get the shits.
Yeah. But see, this is a shot of the old...
But it's pretty safe right here, where we are now.
It's completely safe. Oh,
yeah, but once we go 5, 6, 20 blocks into the city, that's when the trouble starts.
Well, it's only if you're places where there's trouble. You know, most places don't have any trouble.
Right, but
most
I mean,
are fine. If you go to a place where there's like for example, I'll show you one. There's a migrant hotel full of Venezuelans, Colombians, Puerto Ricans, Haitians, and all that. Downtown, and over there, it's not a safe place to hang around because you have all these migrants that don't have jobs, that don't have anything, and that's not safe.
Well, I'm picturing like cartel kidnappings. That's what I'm worried about. They don't kidnap?
Yeah, maybe once a month, and if you're a extremely well-to-do businessman, they might try to kidnap you.
So they're not going to mess with a gringo like me?
No, you're not. You're not worth that much here.
Well, what if they knew I was a YouTube star, Bob? Would they take me then?
Yeah, if they really thought that they could put something to get a lot of money from you, maybe so, but I doubt it.
How do you say YouTube star in Spanish?
Estrella
de
YouTube. De YouTube, no? Everybody knows YouTube. Oye, si me haces favor, den la vuelta aquí en ese café que está en la primera cuadra.
Right now we're going back to the bridge area. We're going to find a coffee shop and hang out. We just took an Uber over to the staging area where all the deportees are supposed to be coming over here right across from El Paso, and that's pretty much it. Bob assures me that I'm going to be safe to go wander around. I'm going to hold you to it, Bob.
All right.
Cruising around.
Aquí a la derecha.
All right.
Aquí se puede parar.
How much did that ride cost? I'm wondering. What's an Uber ride? A 20-minute Uber ride?
Estoy muy agradecido.
Gracias. All right.
Didn't lose anything in there?
No, I hope not, Bob.
Okay, let's come into this coffee house.
Okay.
That ride was a total of, Ubers are a lot more expensive here.
Yeah.
than in.
That was an expensive Uber?
Oh yeah, they're very expensive. Let me tell you what this one was.
$25?
Just a second.
We're just hanging out downtown, Ciudad Juarez. It's safe. I feel like I can...
Yeah. That was $2.55.
Oh, that wasn't expensive. Jeez. Oh, is this where we're going?
Yeah, they get mad if I give them a $2.50 tip. Oh my gosh, he's not open.
Oh.
And the assembly plants are very important here in Juarez because that's where pretty near 300,000 people work assembling parts for American companies. Everything from Ford and General Motors, and one of the biggest complexes is the one that makes washing machines. They have an entire campus where every day 40 semi-trucks of washing machines, vacuum cleaners and whatnot, refrigerators, go from Juarez to El Paso that have been assembled, all the parts, and make that here in Juarez. So it's a very big, dynamic city. Of course, we're very concerned about tariffs, because if there's a tariff suddenly hit, then the maquilas, the factories here, isn't it just a factory? It's where the people have 2 meals a day. But if they start charging a tax on everything, they're going to charge that tax on $1 million that's in the trailer and not the 200,000. So that'll destroy the jobs that are here, which would be a catastrophe, because you have, like I say, 300,000 people that earn their...
You're saying the tariffs will destroy jobs here?
Oh, yes.
Because the extra tariffs will put these companies out of business.
Exactly.
And so they're not happy about a potential tariff. Well,
No. Well, you had Nissan last week say that they are now considering closing a Nissan car factory in Mexico to open it up in another country, because if this should come about...
Well, are they going to open it up in the U.S., though?
They didn't say. Nissan didn't say. Nissan's got the problems right now, and they're in a merger with Honda.
Yeah.
But this could be a catastrophe. I mean, a catastrophe. So Mexico has agreed that they want to work with things, and they've already put 10,000 soldiers. We have, as you'll see at the bridge, you saw those weren't there before. The crossings have cut down to almost nothing.
Why?
Well, because
They know they're going to be sent back.
They go, why am I going to get caught? Because now the getaways all get caught. And so there's motley there. And then here in Juarez, they go, when we're down here in Juarez, it's a hard time. Lots of the migrants coming up get caught by the cartel people. They say, hey, you're here, but you didn't pay to cross, so we're going to hold you here and demand money from your family until you pay. It's very, very hard and ugly for the migrants. It's terrible what you see going on. Every day, the Mexican police raid a house where migrants are being held hostage to get more money from their uncle or whoever is sending money from the United States to get them into the United States. And it hurts when you see that they're children, young girls, young boys that are being crossed over and held hostage. Hospital care here is extremely inexpensive in the private hospitals. And I have to tell you, there's major hospitals that have been built here in El Paso, in Juarez, and you'd think you're in a Hyatt hotel in El Paso. All the signs, are in English and in Spanish. They project to see a medical tourism business here in Juarez in the future.
Isn't it sad that people go over here? I hear that you can get a van over across the border. You pay $40 to come get your tooth pulled, and they give you the prescription, and then you go back, as opposed to doing it in El Paso because it's so much cheaper. What does that say about the U.S. healthcare that Texans come over here to have procedures done instead of staying home to do it?
There's nothing more in your face than the dental work right across the street.
I know, I saw dentists all over.
Yeah, Washington Dental. Their van picks up people in El Paso. I have friends of mine that live in Ruidoso, New Mexico, come into El Paso, stay downtown, and have all their work done because, the dentist is going to quote you $17,000 to fix repair your teeth over here, and here you have it done for $1,000.
And is it good quality though?
My dentist is a dentist in Juarez, and he's a dentist in El Paso, but he chooses to continue his practice in Mexico, where he has where his family is from, where he owns businesses, and it's just fine for him. It's because he doesn't pay that much in what do they call it? Workman's or
medical malpractice, all that.
Like
yeah, it's just
I don't know what it is, but the quality is just.
Your teeth look good, Bob.
Well,
you get your teeth done over here.
He's been doing it for many, many years.
All right.
I've been to Mexico once. These people have it made. Sipping margaritas on the beach, eating guacamole every day.
Well, I don't think that's the day-to-day reality of most Mexicans, Mappy. Remember, most of these people are poor. There's not a lot of opportunities here.
You should say it's wonderful here, Nick, so they don't come to our country and bring their gangs into our communities.
Oh, yeah. Mexico's wonderful. You should totally stay there. You have mucho grande tetas on every corner. And tacos. Yeah, how do you feel about America?
Es buena nación, buen país.
It's a good nation, a good country.
Yeah. What do you think of the Gulf of America?
¿Qué piensas eso del que cambió el nombre de Golfo de América de Golfo de México?
Ah, que bueno, es para reír, ¿no? Para...
It's to laugh at.
He doesn't think it.
Yeah, he says it's to laugh at.
Okay. What is the day-to-day like over here? How does he like living over here on this side of the border?
¿Cómo te gusta estar viviendo de este lado en México?
Sí, se me hace bien, sí me gusta este
Yes,
lado.
it's fine. He's happy here in Mexico.
Yeah.
Sí.
Okay. We're just gonna kind of wander around here right now.
I'll walk you over to the main street.
All right, I look like a total gringo right now. Clearly, all of the street beggars are asking me for money, and I'm the only white guy around, which I'm in Mexico. I didn't really know what to ask Juan. I don't know. How do you like the U.S.? What else do you ask? I don't know. There's probably a million questions I could have asked him, but we were kind of hurried. So we're gonna go down and just look over here at the main, where all the markets are. I might look for a cowboy hat and try to not get kidnapped. But Bob says it's gonna be fine. He says I don't have to worry about that unless I go too far in.
Here, let me show you something.
Yeah.
See, they're abandoned.
Yeah.
They're abandoned. The owners haven't paid taxes on them in 10, 20 years, and they're just vacant. And so people sometimes try to break into them, so they keep them boarded up like that. And that's what I'm going to be doing in a little while. Look, here on the other side, you have something like this. So, granted, this one has probably somebody living in it, but they're not supposed to be. They're squatters. So this property needs to be flattened, and then somebody can build apartments or something right next to the bridge. It's convenient. They'll sell. They'll be clean. But the Mexican bureaucracy is so slow and difficult to, as it is in many socialist countries, to do anything to get a squatter out of the house. Makes California look good.
How much would this property cost in comparison to compared to the United States? How much would this cost?
This particular piece of land, I don't know how many square foot it is, but my guess is this particular piece of land can be bought for probably 80,000 American dollars. And this is, mind you, it's right across from the main hospital, from the nurses' school. It's, 3 blocks from the International Bridge, and it's price of property like that on the American side would be worth, several times as much, that size.
So there's opportunity here in Mexico. That's what you're saying, Bob.
Oh gosh.
There's opportunity, folks.
And then,
I do not know a realtor.
And then you stop and think, this is typical here, how it's true about the Mexican people in the United States. They say, the Mexicans are natural entrepreneurs, because you say, the man has a truck, he's in business, and the wife, she's selling burritos out the kitchen window. And there you see a typical example. Out of her house, she's selling gorditas, and she's got burritos and Cokes right there immediately available.
She hid when I showed the camera. Why is she hiding?
Embarrassed?
Oh, she thinks like I'm doing
No,
good.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
How you doing, sir? All right. All right. Okay. All right. All right. So there you go, folks. Look at all this opportunity here in Mexico. They could sure use some sidewalk maintenance over here, Bob. The sidewalks are pretty beat up.
Listen, the jokes are about the streets, If we don't have streets, who cares about the sidewalk? But the other joke is, we don't have holes in the streets. We just have holes and maybe some streets because they're such poor condition. Yeah. And they do have street maintenance, but it's not all that popular. Sí, podemos cruzar. See, that's the bridge that cars
Yeah.
go back on. I mean, come to,
Yeah.
you know, that's the one, and there's the other one over here on this side. Yeah.
I don't see any homeless people here.
No, not here, because they can be taken care of. Let's see, where there's a shelter that the government has, and people can get picked up and taken to that shelter. It's a gym that has been converted in because of the migrants, but not that many.
So they take better care of their homeless than we do.
Well, those that want to be taken care of, you have a lot of them that don't want to be taken care of, that have alcoholism problems, and they get left on the street, and it's a problem when it gets cold to try to get these people, to force them to get into the police car and be taken down to the shelter.
All right, look at this thoroughfare here. Yeah, it's just a lot of aging infrastructure.
Oh, very.
But I mean, I see this in San Bernardino where I live, Bob.
Well, but in San Bernardino, if the property is abandoned for such a long time, the government will take it over, sell it, and it'll be developed or whatever. But here, the bureaucracy is so bad that it takes forever and ever and ever. And they said there was something like 300,000 empty houses and stuff here in Juarez. Yeah.
Oh,
Well, remember, Juarez has lost its population when
why is the population going down?
well, it happened about 10 years ago, when the twin plants went from hiring so many to not hiring as many, and many people had to go back to Veracruz or wherever they're from. And that's what did it.
So they had to leave because why'd they have to leave here?
Well, the jobs weren't here anymore.
Oh, there weren't jobs, so people
Yeah,
left. Okay.
yeah. People came. They swelled up. I mean, people came, by the busloads every day, because the twin plants were just hiring people right and left. You just had to walk in there and you were hired. Now Juarez has an unemployment problem because we've lost about 30,000 jobs here in Juarez, and so that hurts the economy, and people find it difficult to find full-time employment.
And why are they losing jobs?
Well, the twin plants are not producing, not hiring as many as they used to.
Oh.
All these assembly plants of corporations from the United States that assemble plants. But I mean, here in Juarez, we make everything from the seat covers for all your cars, the motor parts, the brakes, clothing. It's a tremendous business of assembling parts in Juarez, where the labor is so much less.
But those factories are starting to close now.
Not starting to close. They're just not as busy as they were a few years ago.
Because of a turndown in the U.S. economy?
Yeah, turndown in the United States economy, yes.
All right.
Yeah, and a worldwide economy, and competition from China and other places that will undercut what labor is in Mexico. And if there's an ease in crossing and other bureaucratic things. Okay, now, so that you can get your Western hat, just walk down this street and go past 2 or 3 Western stores, boot stores.
Okay.
And see what you want, and then you're going to just walk straight back.
Yep, just stay on the street.
Stay on this street, and I swear nobody's going to arrest you. Nobody's going to throw you in the Huzgao.
All right. Thanks, Bob. And there's military people with machine guns right here. That's okay. So we're walking here, getting a little tour of the stuff. There's more dentist offices here. Lots of people come over here and get their teeth worked on for cheap. That's a huge thing. Another dentist office.
I've got to catch my ride over here.
All right, there goes Bob again. And man, I tell you what, it's intimidating seeing people with machine guns walking by. But that's just how they do it here. So I'm gonna look for a cowboy hat and then cross back over to the good side. We got helicopters flying over. TV crew. And my Spanish is just absolutely terrible. Caballero hat. Shit. I should have done my homework a lot better, huh? Looking for a sombrero. Sombrero. This kind of looks like El Paso side. Almost the exact thing. But everything is in Spanish. It's actually pretty clean over here. There aren't any homeless people, junkies. Bob said they take care of their homeless people better than we do. It's pretty uneventful, really, this part. You wouldn't even know you were not in Laredo or El Paso. Except there's people with machine guns. Here we go. They're gonna have some cowboy hats. Botas El Dorado. Hopefully. Oh my goodness. Let's see if I can bargain for a deal. Look at all these boots. It's about, I just fell. It's about as far down as I want to go. But no. Don't want to go much further. I can still see my hotel from here though. So, esto? Esto. All right. I got a real cowboy hat from Botas El Dorado. This will look real good going to New Mexico, won't it? Sure will. I bet those are real good. Oh, almost got hit. I can smell it. Tacos and machine guns. God. That's Mexico. All right, so I'm in a little bit of trouble. I had $25 and the hat was $22.50, and I bought Kim a bracelet for $2.50, and that was all my money, and it's 40 cents to get back home. I don't have 40 cents. I'm gonna have to find a ATM or beg for money to get home. What the hell? It's literally 40 cents and I have zero on me. No dinero. Ah, shit. I'll figure it out. This guy right here just gave me some money to get back across. What's your name?
Luis.
Luis
Amador.
Thank you very much. He gave me the money to get home. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, we're about to cross back over into the United States, the best country in the world. It's been a good morning here in Mexico. You can see the Rio Grande, and oh, we got some drama over here. What's the drama? Oh, we got drama. Oh, our car's about to blow up. Oh, her transmission just went out. Uh-oh. Transmisiones malo. Ay. Puches. Ay, güey. Oh, man. All right. Well, anyway, here we are crossing back over. And I'm going to be a U.S. citizen once again. Behind me right here is the main thoroughfare into El Paso from Mexico. Every day, 50,000 people cross in cars or on foot into El Paso behind me. It's the second biggest border crossing in America besides the one in San Diego. And not as many illegals are crossing down there. That's because our boy Trump is in charge. Used to be thousands of people a day were coming across here illegally right behind me on the Rio Grande, but not anymore. Welcome to America. There's El Paso. Yay. All right. Welcome to the Estados Unidos.
It was very common years ago for the people who could afford it here in El Paso and Juarez would go to have their children born in the United States because of the hospitals and whatnot, and they'd be born as an American citizen. Now that's coming into question. So you have so many people that live here in Juarez that are actually American citizens. This is probably the city with, no, probably it is the city, this American consulate has more Americans under his jurisdiction than any other city, because there are hundreds of thousands of American citizens that live here in Juarez, and they're American citizens. Most of them are, families are born here, the people who own the businesses that you see around here and whatnot, the engineers and professionals, doctors, lawyers, whatnot, and their children were born in the United States.
Well, hey, Nick Johnson fans. So YouTube's pushing this whole membership thing now, and I think it's great. So I set one up for this channel. If you want to be a member on this channel, you can only do it on your computer right now. They make it hard for some reason. So go and hit join right there, and you can support the channel and join various membership tiers. I'm excited about it because I'm going to post all sort of behind the scenes content, extra interviews, fun mappy stuff, bonus songs, and more. Just some extra stuff that doesn't make it onto the main channel. So think about becoming a member. Huh, everyone?
You should join. I did.
Are you looking to move and need advice? I do consulting. That's right. I'll sit down and talk about where the next perfect place for you and your family should be. I do it all the time. Together, let's find you a new home that's safe and checks all your boxes. And I can also help you find your new house, too. Email me and I'll work with you. I'm not just helping you figure out where to move, but I can help you find your perfect home too. That's right. I know awesome, reliable agents all over the country, and I'd love to connect you to somebody who can help you search for that perfect home. And if you want to buy some Mappy gear, click the store link on my homepage. From there, you can check out the latest merch. There's hoodies, coffee cups, stickers, and shirts. Show off how much you love Mappy and support the channel. And I'm on Cameo too. If you want me to send you or somebody you know a personalized video message, go to Cameo and search Nick Johnson YouTube. It's fun.
Hey YouTube world, I'm Sage, Nick's manager. You've enjoyed a Corner House Entertainment production, so watch another one.
Hey guys, if you learned something new about America or what it's like to live in America, great. You should think about subscribing and turning on your notifications. You can also click one of these videos or playlists for more.